Most of you don't know this individual that's going to introduce himself, but Richard Wilson.
Thank you, John. So I started this in 2007, and we're really heavy digital asset focused. We have about 17 million social media followers, get a lot of our deal flow through there. We help investors source deals from the deal flow via social media, via emails, or via rooms like this. And some of those investors come to our events once a year, some many times a year. We have 745 domain names. We're invested in 125 cryptocurrency tokens and coins. And we're the #1 domain name holder in single word, like medical domain names. So we like investing in medical practices. And so we own like dermatologist.com, obstetricians.com, parasitologist.com, and over time looking for profitable medical practices that want Fifth Avenue real estate to scale their medical practice with capital plus good positioning. And we like gross revenue royalty deals more than any other structure type.
Excellent. I'll give a quick accolade. I've been for nearly 20 years networking within many different communities, from real estate investor associations, private equity and venture capital type communities, and the business that I'm in, which is within self-directed retirement accounts to invest in real estate and other types of alternative assets. And what I'll say about Richard and the family office community, I'll echo what Joe Williams mentioned, which is creating a culture. But number two, evolving. So I've seen this community evolve over the last, call it 15 years. And I think that's really important. I can't tell you how many communities I've seen that unfortunately have died, especially in COVID. And Richard and his team continue to evolve the organization, and we all get to benefit from it. So big thank you to you, Richard.
Yeah, I appreciate that, John. I just want to add something about John. I mean, John's shining the light on all of us, but he's moderating because he has over 100,000 investors on his platform at Equity Trust. And I was vetting him, and I asked a gold investment manager I know, hey, how well do you know Equity Trust? Are they the real deal? And they said, we've opened 2,000 investor accounts with Equity Trust since I first connected with him. So I just want to make sure and shine a light back on you. Just thank you for moderating and your platform as well. People should know that.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Richard. Okay, let's jump into our first question, and I'll start with Manny, and then we'll work our way all the way down. So probably, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Want a little bit of meat on the bone for this one. So what strategies should capital raisers consider? There's a lot of folks that are raising capital for a various number of types of projects. But maybe share, what would you be looking for? What are your community members looking for? And just any tips that you can provide capital raisers.
A strategic approach would be looking at some of the investments we've done and having the founder reach out. If you can do that, create a relationship. Try to get an introduction. Maybe there's a lawyer we work with to get an introduction. Maybe there's someone on our LinkedIn that you can get an introduction. That way you are in front of many people that are just sending emails and trying to get in. Second, make sure it fits to what we're doing. I've seen a lot of great opportunities here. We don't do solar, healthcare, biotech. We focus on high-tech, early-stage startups, primarily seed stage, but we co-invest all the way up to seed round. And make sure that, we look at the team. If you're an individual and you say you're a leader, I agree with you, but maybe have a co-founder. So do more of a team building versus applying as a person that is a jack of all trade. We primarily look for 3 things when we make investments. Number 1, a large market, early in that market, and the team. Now, those 2 things can be mixed around. It could be the team first and a large market, but those are the 3 primary things. And for those newer investors that reached out to me interested in early angel investing, look for those as well. You can screen out a lot of opportunities, quote-unquote opportunities, by doing that way. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to add on to what you said.
Please, I can keep going.
Great. It's hard to duplicate that, so I won't need to. But we're looking for strong emerging growth companies that have someone on their team who has the experience of raising capital and exiting well for the investors. We're also looking for entrepreneurs who have already begun their investment opportunity and already have investors that we can communicate with, ones that have been through due diligence of some sort, that have a strong runway that can make it at least 6 months to a year without funding, But then we're also looking for startup companies as well. So if you have a strong opportunity, if you have somebody on your team, maybe you don't have the funds to have those individuals on your team, but at least you have them in your back pocket and they're ready to go when you do raise funds and can bring them on. And then also, we're looking for individuals that have long-term goals that know what those goals are. They're looking at the end. They start with the end in mind and know when they plan on exiting, when they possibly can. We're not looking for dreamers. We're looking for people who really know what the market is, what they have, and the possibility of success.
Dr. Kerwin?
Yes, I would say the majority of the investments from our club are usually through qualified funds. So I would say investments that work well with qualified funds, investments that work well for Roth conversions within qualified funds. But we take a look at all investments. We haven't done that much in venture capital. Most of the members usually want a little bit safer investment, but I'm trying to learn. That's why it's so great to build the relationships here, because there really can be outsized returns if you get into the venture market.
And I would assume, Dr. Kerwin, that because a lot of your members are physicians, probably higher W-2 earning individuals, that they're also looking for opportunities that maybe have some tax strategies within those opportunities. Am I correct in saying that? Can you maybe elaborate on that?
Sure, I can. Yes, I'm looking for tax strategies. My deep dive into investing really came when I blew a capital event back in 2021. But I think there were 2 or 3 physicians in the group. There's not many physicians. A lot of the people are people who made their money through small business, through real estate, and so some interest in being able to have tax strategies for W-2 income. But I wouldn't say it's quite that prominent within the group.
Excellent.
Man, these are some really good answers so far, and I love the theme this weekend, or it's this week. The days, they just keep going, right? Is about relationship building, and it's easy to have that first glance, right? And they go, oh, here's the thing, and we'd love to work with you, and can you help us get to the next level? But I want the persistence in you. I want you to keep going, because I can see the value in the person that comes back to me in 6 months and goes, hey, look, I've learned this. Are you ready now? Hey, look, we've done this. Are you ready now? That person, man, that is someplace that the ability for them to gain extra capital is insane. We know very well the business, especially in the multifamily space and in the short-term rental space. But the ones with staying power are the ones that get the job done, and that's what we need, because we know it's never exactly what's on that pro forma, right? So if you can come with some experience, or at least less than just a dream, right? That's helpful.
Great. I think one of the best comments of the whole event that a lot of people raising capital need to hear is John Laterra yesterday saying, if you have an amazing deal that's truly 1 out of 1,000, an investor's going to lean forward and they're going to chase you. And maybe your deal is pretty good. You can have an average deal and work really, really hard. You can find someone to invest in it. And you'll get the capital raised many times. But if your deal is truly amazing, people will refer other people to it before they've even put their own money in many times. And they recognize that's a 1 out of 1,000 opportunity. So first, offer something 100% unique, have it be compelling in 2 or 3 different ways, like the structure of the deal, the team, and the deal itself. And then what I see everybody missing is they don't have a one-liner. They don't have a one-pager. Their pitch deck is 44 pages long instead of 15 pages long. And they have no video of the founder just talking for 1 to 3 minutes saying, hey, you know, I'm Sarah, here's my manufacturing floor, here's my device, here's what we do, here's my team working on the manufacturing devices, and just make it real with a short video. I think that's more valuable than any of the other materials, honestly.
And one quick one back at you, Richard. Do you have any recommendations or resources? You mentioned, pitch deck, one-pager, video, creating content, especially with the theme of this conference being AI. There's so many tools out there where you can create this type of material. Now you got to make sure it's compliant, but can you speak, Richard, to, what resources folks can maybe tap into to just, create that extra polish on their pitch deck or their video content?
Sure. We tried a couple tools that claim to create your pitch deck by just giving it some content, and they were just so horrible. I just unsubscribed on the trial immediately. We do have a GPT tool we can give you free access to called Pitch Deck Success Score. It'll just rank and analyze your pitch deck in 25 ways and give you feedback on how to improve it. And then we have a tool called a capital raising one-liner AI tool, and you upload your pitch deck, and in 30 seconds, it'll give you 7 one-liners that meet the 20 criteria that we recommend for a one-liner. And then you can say, I like number 2 and 4. Show me 7 more like that. And then it'll iterate and show you another 7 options that are more dialed in to exactly what you want. If you are a founder, raising capital, developing real estate, or you're an investor, would love for you to get involved in the Family Office Club. I've run this community for 18 years now. We've hosted 300 live events. We have 17 million social media group members and followers. We have the #1 YouTube channel on family offices. We have the #1 most popular podcast on family offices. You can learn more about us and our membership options at familyoffices.com. We have 30 in-person events planned in 2026 and another dozen events this year. Please go to familyoffices.com to learn more.